Talking Sundowns. My name is Umjaka. With here the legend, the Sundowns legend himself, Shakes Ngwenya, to talk Ahly and Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns traveling to Cairo, to the big bad Cairo. A lot is expected there. I have to declare this, Sundowns fans. This CAF Champions League fixture, this semi-final fixture, this second leg is the most important game Mamelodi Sundowns have played all season long. This is like the last final, the biggest game the club has had to play this season. And everything is riding on this game, of course, going to the final, and of course, got to win the Champions League because it's the one that the club is always looking for.
Oh, yes, definitely, Mchaga. This is the big one. This is the CAF Champions League semi-final. It's North versus South of Africa, and it's the second half, Mchaga. A lot is riding on this game. As you say, this is the biggest game these boys will be playing, and a lot is expected for them. They know that this is the biggest one, and we need this one to come back home, Mchaga.
Let's talk about that first leg, Mshege, because a lot of things didn't go accordingly because we expected goals. We've seen goals against Ahly, but we didn't see them in that first leg. Let's start with what went right. Let's start with what went right, Mshege. What went right in that game?
Yeah, well, Jaga, what went right is that we dominated the game, which is what is expected from Sundowns playing at Loftus, They had a 73% ball possession, and also the passes, it was 617 passes to 227 of Ahly, so it showed you that we dominated the ball, but even though I'm not sure if it was in the right areas, because we need to get behind them. In order for us to score goals, we need to get behind them. But all the ball possession was, yes, it was in their half, but were we really troubling them? I'm not sure, But yeah, those are the key points for Sundowns to continue dominating in terms of the possession. That's our style of play, and going into Cairo. We'll need to penetrate because we need to score goals, So I think we'll need a different dimension in terms of penetrating and making them face their own poles.
Is that then maybe what went wrong? Because, maybe the team was not troubled that much in defense. Maybe didn't get into the box much. I mean, I can pick many things. What really went wrong? What didn't Sundowns get right in that game?
I think there's a lot that didn't go right in that game, Mchaga. When you look at the shots on target, Ahly had 3 shots versus to Sundowns having 0 shots on target. Now that's unheard of. Playing at home at Loftus for Sundowns, not to have a shot on target. I mean, that's crazy stats, That definitely needs to improve playing away from home. So that's one of the things that didn't go right, 3 shots on target for Ahly and 0 for Sundowns.
And Ronwen had to make big saves to deny those 3 shots as well.
Exactly, they looked much more dangerous than us. Ronwen made a great save, which could have been a goal. So yeah, they were more threatening than us in the box, playing at home. So that was a worry for me. We expected Sundowns to dominate, to create more chances. We didn't create chances. That's why we have 0 shots on target. We have a lot of ball possession, but it's all behind them. So in order for us to win the game, we're gonna need to penetrate. We're gonna need the likes of your Reiners, who can create spaces, who create a different dimension to the game. They can create spaces, they run, they can make runs behind the Ahly players. We need that different dimension, and we need more creativity. The likes of your Zwane is available and he's back. I'd rather have him start the game and get tired, rather than put him in as a substitute, because we need his creativity. We've been lacking this, and this is not just the first game. Even against Esperance, we didn't create much. Playing at home, we didn't have that creativity. So I think he's somebody, he's a plus for us.
Maybe the team was celebrated a bit too much, Mshege, for dominating the ball and being efficient with the ball. Because yes, we earlier in the season already they were behind Kaizer Chiefs even on creating goals, getting into the box. They were, even though they have most of the ball, but they don't get into the box as much. But when they do, they were very efficient early on. But maybe it's starting to catch up on them. I want to get into what must happen, Mshege. What must change in this second leg for Sundowns to get through. We do this after this.
How would you like to win a little something extra just for joining the best in the game? For a limited time, we are teaming up with Betway and giving all of you access to a SoccerBeat exclusive. If you join Betway using the sign-up code SoccerBeat now, you'll get 25 Rand extra bet. That's right. It's time to get way more out of every bet. Standard T's and C's apply.
Yeah,
What must happen, Shege? I want to get into that because a lot of changes have to happen. You are not happy with what happened in the first leg, ball possession. We didn't do much with it. And you also indicated that that's something that went wrong. You can also join in on the fun. Join Betway. Use our link right there to get $25 extra. Use the SoccerBeat code. It's called SoccerBeat. That's the code to use. It's a short code you use, and you'll redeem $25 extra to bet. Shege, let's get into what must happen, Gemshage. Because now we need solutions to get to the final.
yeah, Chaga, it's a big game. I think Cardoso has been a bit too defensive. I think we need to be more adventurous coming onto this game. We need to be more braver. We want to win the game. We need to show that we've got the attacking prowess. We've got Zwane, we've got Reyners. And Shalulile becomes an even better player when Reyners is on the field. So I expect them to both start on this game, rather than to have your Sales or to have your Matthews. Nothing wrong with the young boy, but I think Reyners creates a lot, with his runs behind them. Because chances are Al Ahly will be playing with the high line, playing at home, and they'll want to attack us. So they'll give us those chances, and Reyners is the man for those runs behind them, and Shalulile getting in the box. I think that will give us an opportunity to create more chances, because that's one thing we were lacking, in that quarterfinal. We didn't create chances even in the first leg at home at Loftus. We failed to create chances. So I think we need the different dimension of Reyners and Shalulile. And if I'm Cardoso, I start with Themba Zwane because it creates more. There's more creativity coming from the game with him.
I'm salivating at the thought of seeing Themba Zwane running things for the RRS, Mshege. I can't even, I'm trying to think far back in the season. Where have I seen it? I'm just excited about that.
No, definitely, Mjaga. It's a plus for us to have Themba Zwane back. In the first game, he showed already, how hungry he is to play. He wanted to be on the ball all the time. And very creative player, very skillful player, and also he's got a goal in him. And I think he's a player who can complement the likes of your Ribeiro in the middle, and take the pressure away from Ribeiro, because Ribeiro's been under so much pressure lately to do something, and he hasn't been in his game because of that pressure. So I think Themba will release the pressure off him and also create chances for the likes of your Shalulile and Reyners.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Al Ahly because they've got some thinking to do as well. 4 players on the injury list. 2 are fighting fit, hoping to make the game. Shege. We'll find out a little bit later. There's reports coming out that 4 players could not make that match. But a boost for Al Ahly is a return of one of their mainstay players, Imam Ashur. Will still be around. He gave Sundowns a lot of trouble. Guys, please join us on SoccerBeat, man. We need your subscription. You are watching the videos. We're getting so many views from you guys, but 50% of you are not subscribing. We need you to subscribe to know that how big our community is. And also it helps us notify you every time we drop an episode. Do subscribe, hit that subscribe button, smash it as hard as you can, and hit that bell as well to get notified. And Shaggy, let's get into Al Ahly. They've got a threat that gave Sundowns a lot of trouble, Emma Ashur. What do we do? Is their own Themba Zwane as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Mjaga, I wouldn't read too much in the report of the guys that are injured from the Al Ahly team. I think we as Sundowns must prepare for the best for every situation, coming into to the game, because that could be mind games as well. But one thing we know, yes, Imam Ashur, he gave us a lot of headaches in the first leg already. You can imagine how he's going to be in front of a 70,000 crowd in Egypt, what a player he is. And if he's not well looked after, he can punish us, So yeah, he's one player that Cardoso needs to to prepare on, how we stop him from attacking from that left wing. He's a very smart player, very fast, and he's a player that can hurt us. But we also have players that can hurt them, So sometimes it's not good to focus on your opponents, rather focus on our strengths. I think player to player, we are better than them. We have your Riberos as well who can come to the party on the day. And I just think we need to focus on our game and on how we can hurt them, And I know if we're at our best and we're brave, we will beat Al Ahly at their home ground.
What needs to change then in Sundowns' approach, in our approach to this game, Shege? What is it? Because you're saying player for player, we've got the goods. Form, not too bad neither. So everything is going for Sundowns. But what is it then that was the block in that first leg that we have to get rid of on the second leg?
Yeah, for me, Mjaga, like I said before, I think we need to start with Reyners because Reyners can create spaces behind, with his runs. He can create spaces behind them with his runs and his pace, And also we have Mshishi, who's a different dimension now, who can give us more creativity and take the weight off Ribeiro a bit. So I would start with your Themba Zwane and Reyners as well. But also, I would like to see Shalulile together with Reyners because they complement each other very well. I think we need to be brave coming into this game and really want to win the game. It doesn't help us being passive, This is the final leg. We need to score. Once we score, then maybe we can change it up because they will need to score two to beat us. But I think we need to start off on a high and also attack them as much as we need to remain defensive as well. But I know we're playing away from home, but I think we need to be braver and attack them.
What is there to lose for Mamelodi Sundowns, if at all, in this game, Shege? What is there to lose?
Yeah, Umjaka, the CAF Champions League is the biggest competition for Sundowns, and they have this game now is the final stretch for them. So I don't think there's anything to lose. They need to go out there and do their best, to win the game, and show us the hunger to win, And yeah, I believe in the boys, and I think we actually play better playing away from home than at home, because we're a quality side that can play with the ball. So when the opponents give us more space, when they attack us, I think it opens spaces for us, which is what we can exploit the most. But when we are playing at home and it's very compact and the opposition is very defensive, we find it very difficult. We become passive when we play too many touches in front of them, and it doesn't hurt the opposition. So I think going into Egypt, we'll have more chances, more spaces to exploit, and the likes of your Reyners have always shown that they can exploit that space playing away from home.
And I'm looking at the history here. Reyners has got 2 away goals.
Yeah.
2 away goals, which were crucial. So he is a horse to bet on as well.
Definitely playing away from home, Reyners is your man. He gets you those goals. He creates those chances. So he's definitely the man for me to start.
Shege, I don't want to get in too deep. Otherwise, we'll lose ourselves and start thinking about the opposition more than Mamelodi Sundowns. For now, it's all hell must break loose. This is a must win. It's the biggest game, Shege. I mean, the league is almost done. It's almost in the bag. Nedbank Cup is gone. This is the only thing worth fighting for Mamelodi Sundowns. My biggest concern is what the fans are saying. What it would mean for Cardoso, Mshege, if he doesn't win this game.
Yeah. No, I'm sure Cardoso is feeling the pressure now, he had some comments to say about why the crowd was not full at Loftus, you know, and there was a lot of backlash from the supporters to him, you know. So I think he knows he's under pressure, and to win the supporters back, he needs to win this game. This is a big game for him. We've lost the Nedbank Cup, and he needs now to bring the trust of these supporters, because if he doesn't win this game on Saturday, then it would be a dismal season for Sundowns indeed. Even if we win the league, it's something that we win season in, season out. So he would have done nothing special compared to the likes of Yorulani and Mangoba. So he needs to win this game at all costs.
Aye, he better win it, because we've seen some ugly scenes for previous coaches, from the Pizzos to the Dutch coaches Stoichkov. A lot of guys had to be escorted out of stadiums, because of the pressure that's at Mamelodi Sundowns, and we don't want to see those scenes. Of course, hoping for the best for Cardoso, but if he doesn't, I think he's definitely going to have to walk that plank and face the Sundowns fans, who are already unhappy about him, who want him to apologize for what he said. So yeah, all the best to him. Make sure he get the win so that the fans can forget. Or kanjani, Mshek?